Greetings. In this video, we are going to start solving this past paper, which is Science Paper 2. Science Paper 2. So Science Paper 2 is chemistry. Okay. The first question. The question. Let me begin by reading the instructions. Answer all the questions on the answer guide provided. So as you'll be writing your exams, you'll be provided with the answer guide. The first question, which is question A1, the question reads: the branch of chemistry that deals with the substances and the processes in living things is known as A. Biochemistry, B. Inorganic chemistry, C. Organic chemistry, D. Physical chemistry. Okay, so the chemistry that deals with the substances and processes in living organism is called biochemistry. Okay, it's called biochemistry. So therefore, our correct answer is A. Our correct answer is A. Let us move to the next question, which is question A2. Question A2, the question reads: the following graph shows the cooling curve. The following graph shows the cooling curve for a substance. We are given the cooling curve. We can see in the vertical axis, we can see temperature. In the x-axis, we can see time. The question continues: which of the following gives the correct states for the substance at P and D, at P, Q, and S? Okay, so we are given P, Q, and S. So they want us to give the states of these the states of representing these uh, letters. So before we answer that question, we are going to look at this cooling curve. So we can see that the first slope represent gas. Okay, so we can see gas here. Then the second slope represent liquid. Then the third slope represent solid. So this one is solid. Then the horizontal lines represent processes. So the first process is condensation. Okay. Then the second slope is freezing. The second slope is freezing. So we can see that we can see that condensation process helps gas to change to from being a gas, from gas state to the liquid. Then freezing state helps liquid to change from a liquid to gas. So therefore, our correct answer is C. Our correct answer is C. We shift to the next question. Which is question A3. Question A3, the question reads: which test could be used to show that a sample of water is pure? Which test could be used to show that a sample of water is pure? A dash freezes at exactly degrees 0 degrees Celsius. B, it is colorless and tasteless. C, it is neutral to litmus. D, stains anhydrous copper 2 sulfate from white to blue. Okay, so we need to understand that pure water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Pure water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So our correct answer here is A. Our correct answer here is A. So the best test for um, pure water, we need to understand, or we need to know that pure water freezes at exactly 0 degrees Celsius. So once we see the suspected liquid freeze at 0 degrees Celsius, just know that that liquid is pure water. We shift to the next question, which is question A3. Question A3, the question reads, which test could be used to show that we have answered this one? Question A4. We move to question A4. Question A4, the question reads, oxygen atom and oxide ions. Oxygen atom and oxide ions. A are chemically identical. B are isotopes of oxygen. C have the same number of electrons. D have the same number of protons. Okay, so we need to understand that oxide ions is an ion of oxygen. So oxygen gain 2 electrons for it to be stable. So has oxygen has 8 electrons. So 2 electrons dwell in the inner shell. Then the remaining 6 electrons dwell in the outermost shell. So for this element to be stable, it needs 2 more electrons. So after gaining 2 more electrons, two more electrons, the number of electrons will change from 8 to 10, from 8 to 10. But the number of protons will remain the same. So protons are found in the nucleus. So protons and neutrons are found in the nucleus. So the number of protons will not will not change. Okay, the number of protons will not change. Therefore, we expect these to have same number of protons, So as we can see here, we have 6 electrons in the outermost shell, and we can see 8 electrons in the outermost shell. But the number of electrons remain the same. Here we have here we have 8 number of electrons. Even here we have 8 number of electrons. But here we can see that the number. Here we have um 8 number of protons. Also here we have 8 number of protons. Here we have 8 number of electrons. Here we have 10 number of electrons. So we have seen that the number of protons remain the same. So therefore our correct answer is D. We shift to the next question. Which is question 5. Question A5, the question reads, which set of properties describes those of an ionic compound? So the first column we have conductivity in molten state. The second column we have solubility in water. Okay, we have solubility in water. So we need to understand that ionic compound conduct electricity when they are in molten state. We also need to understand that we have some of the properties of ionic compounds here. Number one, form crystals, hard and brittle, high melting and boiling points, do not conduct electricity as solids, but do conduct when molten or dissolved state, often soluble in water and insoluble in nonpolar solvents, high enthalpies of fusion and vaporization. Solids are good insulators. Okay, so we have seen some of the properties here. So we have seen that ionic compounds are soluble in water, and the ionic compounds can conduct electricity provided they are in molten state. So therefore, our correct answer is A. Our correct answer is A. We shift to the next question, which is question A6. Question A6, the question reads, the relative formula mass of copper 2 sulfate pentahydrate. We are given the chemical formula. As we can see, the relative chemical formula, the relative chemical formula mass. So let us find the relative formula mass of the compound given here. Okay, relative. So we are going to start with the oxygen. How many atoms of oxygen do we have here? How many atoms of oxygen? Here we have 5, here we have 4. So we are going to say, we are going to do this. We know that the atoms of the mass of oxygen, the mass number of oxygen is 16, and we have 9 atoms of oxygen. Here we have 4, here we have 5. So this coefficient, this 5, uh, which is standing in as a coefficient, is for everything. So everything coming after 5 is being influenced by the 5 in front. Okay, so here we have 5 atoms of oxygen, 5 atoms of oxygen, 4 atoms of oxygen. Yeah, will make it 9 atoms of oxygen. So therefore we are going to say open bracket 9 times 16, 9 times 16 plus C. Let us also consider the atoms of hydrogen. How many atoms of hydrogen are we having here? So we are going to say 15 times 2. So 15 times 2 is equal to 10. The mass number of hydrogen is 1. So we are going to say 10 times 10 times 10 times 1. 10 times 1 plus. Let us also consider the atoms of sulfur. The atoms of sulfur, we have 1 atom of sulfur. The mass number of sulfur is 32. So we are going to say times 32 times 32 plus times 32 plus C. Let us also consider the atoms of copper. The atoms of copper, we have 1 atom of copper. The mass number of copper is 64. The mass number of copper is 64. Let us work out. We are going to say 6 times I mean 9 times 16. 9 times 16 we are going to get 9 times 16 we are going to get 144. We are going to get 140 144. Okay, then 10 times 1 is equal to 10. 10 times 1 is equal to 10. 1 times 32 is equal to 32. 1 times 64 is equal to 64. We add, so we are going to say 144 plus 10 plus 30 plus 32 plus 32 plus plus 64 plus 64. We are going to get 250. 250. Do we have 250? Yes, we have 250, which is D. Therefore, our correct answer here is D. We shift to the next question, which is question A7. Question A7, the question reads, why is the ethanoic acid described as a weak acid? It A is a poor conductor of electricity, B is an organic acid, C is only partially ionized in water, D reacts only with the very reactive metals, only with the very reactive metals. Good. So we need to understand that strong acids ionizes completely or dissociate completely. Then weak acid ionizes partially. So we can see that here they have been separated or dissociated completely. But here we can see that some of them are not dissociated, some of them are dissociated, like this one is dissociated, this one is not dissociated, this one this one is dissociated, this one is not dissociated. Okay, or this one is not ionized. So we can see that weak acid ionizes partially. Weak acid ionizes partially or dissociate partially. So Therefore, our correct answer here is C. Our correct answer is C. So why is ethanoic acid described as a weak acid? It is it is only partially ionized in water. It is only partially ionized in water. Okay. Let us move to the next question. We move to the next question, which is question A8. Question A8, the question reads, an aqueous solution of aluminum chloride is tested with some uh, reagents. Which of the following observations is correct? Which of the following observations is correct? A. Reagent added to aluminum chloride. Here we have observation. Reagent added to aluminum chloride. Reagent added to aluminum chloride. So we need to understand that the aluminium cation, when aluminium cation react, or the aluminium cation that is coming from aluminum chloride uh, mingle with the ammonia, aqueous ammonia, white precipitate will form. Okay, so aluminum cation will dissociate from aluminum chloride, and when they associate with the aqueous ammonia, white precipitate will form. Okay, white precipitate will form. So we have seen different cations here. We have seen different cations. So when zinc associate with the aqueous ammonia, white precipitate will form. But this white precipitate will be soluble in excess given colorless solution. But here we are told that it will be insoluble. So you are free to pause the video and start the information given. So therefore, our correct answer is when aluminum chloride is added to aqueous ammonia, white precipitate insoluble in excess will be formed. So therefore, our correct answer is B. We shift to the next question, which is question A9. Question A9, the question reads, a solution of sulfuric acid has a concentration of 0.25 mole per cubic decimeters. What is the mass of acid in 25 cubic centimeters of the solution? What is the mass of acid in 25 cubic centimeters of the solution? A 0.6125 grams, B 1.250 grams, C 6.23 grams, D 6.25 grams. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do here, we are given the concentration, and we are given the and we are also given the volume in cubic centimeters. So as we can see, the concentration has been given in mole per cubic decimeters. So therefore, there is need for us to convert the volume that has been given in cubic centimeters to cubic decimeters. So what are we going to do? We are going to do this. We are going to say concentration we are given, which is the 0.25 mole per cubic decimeters. What else have we been given? We are also given the volume. We are given the volume, which is 25 cubic centimeters. So if we convert this one, by saying, 1000, by saying 1000 cubic centimeters make 1 cubic decimeters, make 1 cubic decimeters, and here we are going to write 25 cubic centimeters. We do a cross multiplication. We are going to have 1000x 1000x is equal to 25. Here divide by 1000, here divide by 1000, even here divide by 1000. The value of x, is equal to 25 divided by 1000. 25 divided by 1000. 25 divided by 1000. We are going to get 0.025. 0.025. So therefore, we have successfully managed to come up with the new volume in the cubic decimeters. In cubic decimeters. So this is the volume that we are going to use to find the. We are going to say therefore the volume is equal to 0.025 cubic centimeters. Cubic centimeters. So therefore we are going to say concentration is equal to number of moles over volume. Okay, so concentration we are given, which is 0.25. 0.25 is equal to number of moles over volume, which is 0.025. So the number of moles, therefore, so we are going to say 0.25 times 0.025. We are going to get 6.25 times 10 to the power negative 3. Okay, times 10 to the power negative 3. Okay, so uh so this is the formula for sulfuric acid. Good. Okay, so the molar mass of this one, the molar mass, we are going to do this. The molar mass of sulfuric acid is 98. So we are going to say the number of moles is equal to mass over molar mass. So the number of moles we have, which is 60 point, we have, which is 60.25 times 10 to the power negative 3 is equal to mass. Mass is what we are looking for, over molar mass, which is 98. Okay, we do a cross multiplication. M is equal to, so we are going to say 98, or the number of moles, which is 6.25 times 10 to the power negative 3. We are going to get 0.6125. So grams. So this is the mass. So therefore our correct answer here, is A. Our correct answer is A. We shift to the next question, which is question 10. Question 10, the question reads, the following graph was obtained in a reaction between dilute hydrochloric acid and magnesium ribbon. So on the vertical axis we can see volume of hydrogen, cubic centimeters, and on the horizontal axis we can see time in seconds. The question continues. What was the average rate of production of hydrogen? What was the average rate of production of hydrogen? Okay, so to find the average rate, we need to get the highest volume. So the highest volume is 60 cubic centimeters. So the corresponding time is 30 seconds. The corresponding time is 30 seconds. So rate is equal to volume over time. Okay, so the volume that we have, the highest volume is 60 cubic centimeters. The corresponding time is 30 seconds. So therefore rate is equal to 60 divided by 30. 60 divided by 30 is equal to 2. 60 divided by 30 is equal to 2 cubic centimeters per second. So therefore our correct answer here is C. Our correct answer is C. We shift to the next question, which is question A11. Question A11, the question reads, element T forms an amphoteric oxide of the formula T2O3. In which group of the periodic table is T likely to be found? Is T likely to be found? Okay, so we need to understand that amphoteric oxide possess two characteristics characteristics of bases and characteristics of acids. Okay, so according to the chemical formula given here, so we can see that here we have T2, here we have O3, here we have O3. So which means um this this three this three is for T. Okay, then is for this one is for O. Okay, this one is for O. So we have seen that the valence of T is 3. So is the valence electron of T is 3. So we expect T to come from group 3. Okay, so where can we find group 3? So group 3 is found here. Group 3 is found here. Okay, so all elements from group 3 have um, valency 3, or they have 3 electrons, 3 electrons in their outermost shell. So therefore our correct answer here is C. We shift to the next question, which is question A12. Question A12, the question reads, which of the following is the distinctive property of a transition element? Which of the following is the distinctive property of a transition element? It dash forms it forms a colored compound. B, it has a high melting point. C, it has a variable valence. D, it is good conductor of electricity. It is a good conductor of uh, electricity. So we need to understand that transition metals are variable valences. So as we can see, they have variable valences. Most of them, they have variable valences. They have more than one variable valences. So this characteristic distinguishes them from other elements on the periodic table. So this is a distinctive property or distinctive characteristic of transition metal. So our correct answer therefore is C. They have variable valence. We shift to the next question, which is question A13. Question A13, the question reads, the following table shows Proton numbers of four elements represented by the letters V, W, Y, and Z. So we have the first row, we can see element, we can see V, we can see W, we can see Y, and we can see Z. Here we have Proton number. Which of the following elements is correct? Which of the following element is correct? A, V is a metal. B, V is more reactive than Y. C, V is more reactive than Z. D, Y and Z are in the same period. Y and Z are in the same period. Okay, so we need to identify these. We need to identify these elements. Let us start with the V. Let us uh, come up with an electronic configuration, an electronic configuration of V. So V, we have seen uh, 9. We can see 9 as its proton number, and we know that proton number is equal to electron number. So 9 implies that 9 is also the number of electrons. So the first 2 electrons in the first shell, the last 7 electrons in the last shell. Let us also consider W, W, the first 2 electrons in the first shell, the second 8 electrons in the second shell, then the last 1 electron in the last shell. Let us also consider Y. Y, the first 2 electrons in the first shell, the second 8 electrons in the second shell, the okay. The last 7 electrons in the last in the in the last shell. Let us also consider this one. We consider this one here, Z. Z, the first 2 electrons in the first shell, the second 8 electrons in the second shell, the third 8 electrons in the third shell, then the last electron in the outermost shell. So we can see that these two elements W and Z are coming from group 1. Why are we saying they are coming from group 1? They have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. They have 8 electrons in the outermost shell. V and Y are coming from group 7. Why are we saying they are coming from group 7? We can see they have 7 electrons in the outermost shell. So for this reason, they are coming from group 7. So which statement is correct therefore? Okay, so the V is saying V is a metal. No, V is not a metal. We have seen that this one is coming from group 7, and we don't expect to see metals from group 7. Let us also consider the Y and the Z are in the same period. No, are not in the same period. These are not in the same period. The reason being they have different um, shells. Y has 3 shells, Z has 4 shells. So Y is in period 3, Z is in period 4. Okay, so we are remaining with B and C. Let us also consider C. Y is more reactive than Z. Y is more reactive than Z. So I mean W is more reactive than Z. W is more reactive than Z. W is more reactive than Z. Okay. Let us also consider this one. Let's also consider this one. B. V is more reactive than Y. So as we are going down the group, as we are going down group 7, the activity keep on decreasing. So as we are going downward, reactivity keep on decreasing. As we are coming from element fluorine up to astatine, the reactivity or reactivity keep on decreasing. So decreasing the activity, as we can see. So therefore our correct answer is B. So V, we said V is coming from group 7. Y is also coming from group 7. Y is also coming from group 7. So as we are going downward, reactivity keep on decreasing. We shift to the next question, which is question A14. Question A14, the question reads, aluminium is used in the manufacture of aeroplanes. Which property of aluminium makes it possible for this use? A. Covered with an reactive layer of aluminium carbonate. B. Good conductor of electricity. C. Low density. D. Poor conductor of heat. So we need to understand that aluminium has a low density. So for this reason, aluminium is suitable in the manufacture of aeroplanes. So aluminium is suitable. We shift to the next question, which is question A15. Question A15, the question reads, gas X has the following properties. Number 1, colorless. Number 2, turns red litmus paper blue. Number 3, no effect on lime water. Number 4, D. Number 4, soluble. Number 4, soluble in water. What is gas X? A. Ammonia. B. Carbon dioxide. C. Hydrogen. D. Oxygen. Okay, D. Oxygen. What is gas X? What is gas X? So gas X, we are told that gas X is colorless. Then gas X can turn red litmus paper blue. So the one with these properties is ammonia. The one with these properties is ammonia. We shift to the next question, which is question A. Question A16. Question A16, the question reads, which of the following will react with the ammonium chloride to produce ammonia gas? Which of the following will react with the ammonium chloride to produce ammonia gas? A. Calcium carbonate. B. Calcium hydroxide. C. Calcium metal. D. Calcium oxide. Calcium oxide. Okay. So the one that can react with the ammonia chloride to produce ammonia gas is calcium hydroxide. We shift to the next question, which is question A17. Question A17, the question reads, which equation represents incomplete combustion of ethane? Which equation represent incomplete combustion of ethane? So the incomplete combustion of ethane leads to production of carbon monoxide, lead to production of carbon monoxide. So therefore, the one showing a balanced, the one showing a correct balanced chemical equation is C. So why have we not chosen A? So if we look at A, here we have 2 atoms of carbon, 2 atoms of carbon, 6 atoms of hydrogen, 6 atoms of hydrogen, 6 atoms of hydrogen. Okay. So if we look at the A, so the combustion reaction leads to production of water. The combustion reaction leads to production of carbon monoxide and water. So that's why we have chosen C. So the reason why we have chosen C is because we can see water here. You can see water. Okay. So therefore our correct answer is C. We shift to the next question, which is the question A18. Question A18, the question reads, the following diagram shows the structure of butene, an alkene which is manufactured by cracking large hydrocarbons. Which hydrocarbon can be cracked to make butene? A. Decane, uh, decane, decane. Okay, then here we have ethane, here we have methane, and we have propane. We have propane. We have propane. Okay, so so we can see that butene has 4 number of hydrogen atoms. So we cannot crack butene from propane. This one being propane has 3 number of carbon atoms, and we cannot crack butene from methane. Methane has 1 atom of carbon, and we cannot crack, or we cannot remove butene from ethane. Reason being, ethane has 2 carbon atoms, 2 carbon atoms. So the only suitable compound or hydrocarbon where we can crack butene from is decane. So from decane we can crack butene. This one being, we can see that it has 10 atoms of carbon, 10 atoms of carbon. So our correct answer is A. Our correct answer is A. We shift to the next question, which is question A19. Question A19, the question reads, which polymer contains only 3 different elements? Which polymer contains only 3 different elements? A. Protein, B. Polyethylene, C. Polypropylene, D. Starch. So we need to understand that starch is made up of chains of glucose molecules which are composed of chemical elements, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, so we can see that glucose is made up of 3 elements: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And more than 2 glucose make up or form polysaccharide called starch. So our correct answer therefore is D. We shift to the next question, which is question A. Which is question A20. Question A20, the question reads, what is the linkage between the units in terylene? what is the linkage between the units in pteridine. So we need to understand that pteridine is a synthetic polymer that is prepared through polymerization of ethylene glycol and terephthalic acid. It is a strong elastic fiber that is resistant to increasing and is mostly used in the textile industry. Okay, it is used in the textile industry. So therefore, we can see that the connecting link is here. So this is the connecting link. This is the connecting link. So which one is showing this connecting link? So the one that is showing this connecting link is this one. So therefore, our correct answer is B. Our correct answer is B. So this brings us to the end of this video. So aluminium is